I said I float like a butterfly, I sting like a bee. I've been having conversations with a bunch of nobodies, and you could tell them what's the topic, they gon' talk about it. And they hit from every angle, swings just like he Honda. My team steady winning, with no championships. You like Wesley Johnson when I handle a shit. My chain's on in the dark, it look like candles is lit.
What's up, everybody? You're now tuned in to the Hey Now podcast, a conversation with a bunch of nobodies, episode 8, I believe. I hope so. We got an interesting person with us today. But let's.
But first, Shaq here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me introduce y'all, man. Damn.
Shaq here. Shaq is back.
Pee-Pee here. AKA
Senor Crew.
AKA Gabby.
AKA
happy birthday, my brother.
Nigga look like Little Duval, yo. You can't tell me.
I'm gonna get
Jennings.
Little Duval one day.
That's all
how I'm feeling right now.
And I am Lexie Jose.
First female. Get the strap.
I want to put niggas away.
This is my kind of party.
Actually been on TV?
Yeah.
You said no.
Yeah.
Yes, you actually been on TV?
No, well, we had athletes that's like been on, but as like TV. Yeah, right. First.
Let's give it up.
Wait, hold up. You gotta get the strap though, too. And she laughed because she couldn't be fake. Yeah.
Hey, who took my belt?
Yo, what? Where did it go? No, the belt really left.
Hey. No, at the end of the day, ain't no telling.
All right.
Where did the belt go?
I don't know, but first, before we get started,
Yes.
I want to know who you got, the Cavs or the Warriors?
no, before we get started.
You know we got you the tres leche.
Don't cry, though. Don't cry.
That's because cake. Oh my God.
Happy birthday to you.
I really got you a
Happy birthday.
I got you a muffin. That shit was trash.
Happy birthday,
Nigga called you Gabriel. I ain't haven't heard that.
That's my name though.
El Gran Pipi.
I'm serious.
I love
Who
it.
took the belt?
No, for real. Who took the belt?
No, but for real, I got the tres leche.
Yo, it's lit.
Hey!
You gotta smoke and eat that.
Yo, Kev.
After blood, that shit
So, let's get the
We're gonna be in
topic.
playroom on Sunday.
We got a belt piece.
Listen, we had
We had an interesting week, man.
Yeah,
The internet is buzzing.
I need to stick it gum.
My man's breath was jalapeno.
So, man,
we can't be talking. Yeah.
so we gonna start this off.
Uh-huh.
We had this conversation before we went on air, but we gonna start off with the whole Drake and Pusha T situation. But I want to start off with I want to hear Lexi's opinion on it. You know, because I know she come from the whole music background, and I know she came up with some battle rappers. So I just want to hear her take on that. Who took my belt? I took my belt.
The belt is missing. I think that I love battle rapping. Like I come from that era. You know what I'm saying? And when people were really battling, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I love Smack and all that. Like it's interesting and it makes and people are coming from where people are not spitting anymore. Battles they're good because you're like shit. Let me hear some. Let me see what you're talking about. So with that being said, I haven't seen the battle diss record that made any sense in a long time.
Okay.
I feel like when it was a diss track, you have to go all for it. Like there's all out. There's no you played yourself or you went too far. No, we are going for blood.
Go ahead.
We are going for blood. Nah. We going for blood. Like this is a battle rap. Like
So you endorse Pusha's response?
Okay, listen.
Listen, man.
I'm for both of them. You know why? Because I have mutual friends. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't want. You know what I'm saying. But talking about it like being a real G.
Mm-hmm.
Like a real G, not
Like
a
a
fake
real
G.
G.
Like it's necessary for the culture.
He went in because he went and got the source. Like I went and got info that nobody knew, and I spit it out there.
Yeah.
So
And
like,
some of us knew all that.
yeah,
didn't
but not
know.
the world. The
I
world. You
didn't
know how
know.
many people knew
I
about the
didn't
porn
know
star
about the
that he had
blackface
from.
Bojangles
And
picture.
I didn't know about the
I didn't
blackface
know.
picture.
Oh, me
I didn't know about nobody. People knew about the porn star, but really didn't know about the porn star. People
Okay.
didn't know that she officially was pregnant and had officially his baby. But I don't think that he's wrong in the fact that he kept the baby in a secret
And then
because it's my personal life. Like
Mhm.
I don't gotta go tell anybody. Oh, I just fucked Barbara and she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
But I see a problem if you deny a child.
Ooh.
If they ask you, do you have a child? And you be like, nah, you're bugging.
He doesn't do interviews though.
Of course not, because he can't, because he's fucking, they ask him, what he gonna say?
Because he got a child.
Right there, it differentiates a man from a child. Like, yo, do you have a child? If he says no, then that's when it's like, you played yourself.
He never
I
said
said
no.
No, but this
He
is what
doesn't do interviews.
Did you get what I'm saying? That's when it's wrong. But that he has a child that nobody knows about, he's taking care of, it's nobody's fucking business.
I respect that.
But I do get the fact that she's a porn star, so the nigga's like, cause
Oh, yeah.
he's the man of slow songs and the man of making a
But
bitch
if
feel
you
good.
look at the porn that Shorty does, she just gets
It's soft
naked
porn.
and they
Who is
oil
this
her up.
She's not
No,
really,
you don't-
she's not
wait,
really
so-
taking it.
So y'all.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I know,
One, you
I
don't
seen
know
it.
that.
I seen
You
it.
don't know
I
that.
seen that.
Okay, so
Next video.
so you know that's what she's been doing. Period.
It was
Okay.
one of those HBO
Well,
like
that's on the internet.
one of them
Listen,
10:30
listen,
joints. It
listen.
wasn't one of them 1:30.
It don't matter.
joints.
Whatever the fuck she was doing, nobody. He didn't give a fuck because he was fucking her, right?
No, I'm not judging that. I'm just.
So you can't. He can't sit here and judge her because you went in that woman raw. If you knew you was fucking a porn star and you knew that it was chances of you having a child with that porn star and her porn starishness was a problem, that man should have had a hoodie, a cape,
Talk about it.
everything on it.
Shut up.
Man, listen, like I always said, I'll never.
Your condom ain't break shit. Niggas just don't like wearing condoms because the shit is nice and bright.
that shit.
But
That is it.
like I always say,
It is what it is.
you will
Like,
never, also you never really talk about the people you know, like you sleep with. I don't know. That's a rule.
right, you don't.
If I show
Right,
Barry
that's
too,
real,
then
a real man.
that's-
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Plus,
what we have.
he
like-
done had sex with how many women? So
All right,
how
all right,
dare
all
he
right.
come
But we
over here
talking about Aubrey
That's
Graham
bad.
here, the man who
Everybody
snitched
on
a fake
everybody?
relationship with Rihanna. If
You
this
don't
man
Fake relationship?
thought that
he did that. He did
Fake,
that.
I don't know about fake.
he hit
I
her,
don't-
bro.
No,
so
he
he
hit.
would not.
He hit.
First of all, this is what I'm saying.
He hit
This is
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
bitches, bro.
He
He
said,
hit- bruh,
he
he
finished
hit-
the whole
he
thing.
hit-
Rihanna has not claimed him.
Yeah, she did.
She didn't want to claim him, but
You
he
gotta claim you.
That's
You
what
crazy like me.
Okay,
You gotta claim.
So what I'm saying
How many
is,
girls out them been
You know
with
how we
claim
do.
it?
We
if he
be like
thought his
daddy, like
seed
you
was
ain't
in
gonna like
Rihanna,
you.
if he thought his seed was
How
in
you ain't never
Rihanna,
hit, nigga?
he would have
That's just the way
fucking
she's
told the
looking at it,
world,
like, you
bro.
ain't
That's the
yourself.
problem with it.
But that's different.
That's
She
the
gonna be
problem.
like,
with
I
it.
had sex with Drake, or
That's
me
what
and
she
Drake
just said.
did, and now your nigga saw what it is. And you know he's still in his
It's
feelings
like
about me.
it's like Lexi, man. It's like if I get you pregnant and I don't tell the world, but then I get Beyonce pregnant, I tell everybody you gonna
Oh,
be tight.
I'ma be tight.
telling.
What this nigga talking about?
I'll be tight. But you gotta call a thing a thing. Pusha T did his job.
He did his homework. He did his homework.
Yo, Pusha T did his job and you can't fault him for that.
Relax.
Honestly, I would have dug even deeper and fucking murdered you. Like you would have been like, bitch,
I
you
think
can
he
never
probably
do it.
did. I think he's ready.
I
know
to do
he's-
this awesome.
I think he is, 'cause he's in the interview that I saw. He was ready. Like
I think
Like, I'm
Drake
ready.
is ready, and Drake is gonna eat your man alive.
honestly
No,
speaking,
no,
the way Drake give it up,
Beloved.
he should have been
After
spoke.
she-
No.
He gonna speak.
Listen, he gonna drop
Beloved.
He gonna drop. He gonna drop.
So now,
Beloved.
all right. So now we
Beloved.
go.
But he gotta
So now
make
we're
sure
gonna
he
get Jennings
Your gun
because
be ready.
because he's real passionate about Pusha T. So go ahead.
No, I'm not. It's not
I mean,
about
I like
one
Pusha T.
specific person.
Right.
It's about principle.
You know what it is too? Nobody ever told Drake about himself until Pusha T.
You know what? I'm gonna say it on camera.
Go ahead.
Don't send your shooters at my head.
Tell him.
This is my problem, not with Drake as a human being, but with his movement.
Okay.
I feel like Drake panders to the emotions of black women. I'm not knocking him for
No,
that,
I got you.
but he does that. Marketing.
Right.
And his fan base feeds into that
Okay.
as if he's really speaking to us.
Right.
He's really speaking for us.
80% of bitches love him. Right.
Okay. So
Oh,
I'm a culture guy.
Right.
Woke. I love hip hop.
Okay.
I love breakdancing. I love battle rap. I love clever punchlines, double entendres.
God's plan.
I love that's not.
I love that shit. I
So
love that
my
shit.
whole thing is Drake makes great music. I'm not knocking him.
At all.
I love 10
I'm
bands.
here with you though. I'm here with you. Go ahead.
You love 10
But when he panders
Quentin Miller song, by the way.
to this, I'm top 5, I'm the greatest rapper.
Okay.
You cannot be a part of that conversation if you get a lot of help writing.
Yes.
That's
But how do you know he gets a lot of help? I don't
Preach.
understand. Yo, you know what get me tight? You know what get me tight?
Beloved.
Yo, y'all got 1 or 2 songs.
Beloved.
Yo, y'all got one. Hold up. Y'all got one or 2 songs.
I feel the same way though.
Yo, let's move on. Cavs and Golden State tonight.
Beloved, can I say something?
No.
Beloved.
About Cavs though.
No, beloved. Can I
Beloved,
introduce
get
it?
for it.
Okay, go ahead, introduce
Oh,
it.
Dios mío.
Beloved,
You talking.
the Henny, beloved.
You got the invention.
It's in the system. Ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling.
So I know a lot of people feel that LeBron gonna lose to the Golden State.
Obviously.
I don't believe that. I believe that my man been putting in work all year, and
So-
my man gonna do the unthinkable. And once he win, he's gonna retire and say, "Fuck y'all." Jennings, go.
Okay, about LeBron. LeBron, I repeat, and I'm gonna say this live, is the most iconic athlete for the millennial generation.
I love that for the millennial generation.
People do not like LeBron because as a black man, he doesn't do what he's told.
No,
Yes.
I don't agree.
Yes. Dan
Let
Gilbert.
him finish.
Dan Gilbert has this slave mentality where he feels like I'm the owner. Dan Gilbert, the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, for those of you who don't know. Do as I say, resign. You don't have a right to be a part of the conversation in terms of player acquisitions. I am the best player in the league, Dan Gilbert. A 12-year-old doesn't know who you are, Dan Gilbert.
Beloved.
They came to see me, Dan Gilbert. So I'm going to exercise my power, Dan Gilbert. And after I leave you, Dan Gilbert, you will win 15 games next year, Dan Gilbert.
It's raining in
back
this
to
bitch,
you.
baby.
Give back to you.
All right. Okay. So now, Jenny's. I guess he had a lot on his chest. Gabby. Next. Who you got? Who you taking in this series, man?
At Dan Gilbert.
I'm taking the Cavs. You know why I'm taking the Cavs?
In 7. I'm prophesying that right now.
I'm taking.
Gabby.
Shut up, by y'all.
That's glass.
Go ahead. That's glass. That's glass. I did hurt my hand a little bit.
Make sure this ain't set in yet. We don't even know
Okay.
your real name.
Yo, listen, I got the Cavs. Why I got the Cavs? Because I got the underdog, baby. I'm an underdog myself.
You the underdog?
yeah,
The Cavs, I got the Cavs. I gotta take a wild lead, though.
So, Lex. Go ahead, Lex. Who you?
I got the Cavs.
Why you got the Cavs? I want.
I like you more now, Lex.
Shut up.
Nah,
But
conversation's
y'all gotta
going
respect your man's Trigger from Golden State. Who's Trigger?
Steph Curry.
Clay?
Ah!
Clay, right? Clay?
Curry.
Oh.
Your man shit gotta be respected.
He gonna get hurt.
Clay too.
Durant.
I'm saying that his shit right there, man, it's gonna give you a run for your money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, man.
He did niggas filthy in that
You
last
be
7.
dancing salsa on y'all.
First,
Like,
Nigga said,
So I got the first question. We came back. We talking to Lexi. Lexi Jose. You already
You
know.
already know.
She's
We
from.
don't know.
She got a new movie coming out.
let's go.
Oh, that came out. Coming
No,
out.
it's coming out June 10th.
What's the name of it?
Chained.
Where is it coming out?
Harlem Black Theater.
There you go. When is it again?
June 10th.
June 10th.
June 10th. Copy your tickets. They got tickets online. You can
Eventbrite,
follow her.
yeah.
Oh, Eventbrite, or you can follow her. Click on the link and everything.
Let's go.
June 20th.
10th.
June 10th. June 10th.
Give it a little
The Henny. June 10th. My bad. I got the first question though. I just want
You got the
to.
first
But
one.
hold up, before you get into the first question,
You like my-
you told her, you introduced that she's gonna be in the movie, but before we get it, can you just let her know a little bit about the movie, maybe a little bit about your character, and then we roll out.
All right, so I don't want to give you a lot because I want y'all to tune in.
Okay.
If you have time, y'all can come through.
We're gonna buy tickets for
It's gonna be a
Just
launch
come
party.
through. It's a premiere party. I don't know if there's gonna be another showing because after that we're supposed to be going to LA for the film festival for Latina
Santa
Film
Monica
Festival.
Film Festival. Or-
Yeah, the Latina Film Festival. So
Okay.
it's in LA. You know what I'm
Say
saying?
it again. Say it
Hold
again.
up, I gotta
Latina
get live on this. I'm
Yeah,
not
so
Kind of roll out your
The Latina Film Festival. So it's based on a true story. It's about a woman named Deborah Cardona and her struggles in Harlem and about how she hit the game like a regular dude did, and she POP'd and got into some trouble and got locked up, and about her true friendship. She has a crew of girls. Like it shows you about a woman empowerment because it's a crew of women, and the film is pretty much 80% women.
I love that.
And
That's my type of film.
this is based back in the 80s, I think it's 80s, 70s. So you already know how you already know how the Spanish Puerto Rican hustler women work. Like they didn't play that, and that was her. So right, there you go. So see, everybody knows someone. This is why I love it because it's relatable because everybody knows someone in that caliber. You know what I'm saying? Like we all from the hood, so we all know that one lady that didn't play that shit, that sold drugs, that did what niggas did. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about, and how she overcame it. And tune in. I don't want to keep talking.
Question though.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
so you're clearly into the performing arts.
Yeah.
What got you into acting? Tell us about what that journey was like.
To me, it was a source of. To me, it was a source of expression. I come from a Dominican mom, like a Dominican mom and dad. But of course, I was raised by a single mom because my dad was in these streets.
Okay.
But he was present in my life. He was always in my life. Like he would pull up in the block every day. But in the household, it was my mom, and she was a real strong woman. Like she was so strong that she barely gave hugs. You know what I'm saying? Like she was strong, and I couldn't really express myself because if I did too much, it was like you get beaten or you're doing too much. Like you sassy.
You gotta stay within the line.
Yeah. So it was to a point that niggas used to walk in the room and we used to be like, hey, we used to be like, oh, we gotta get out of here, man. Grown up time, we gotta get out. Like my mother she's not the one to play with. Like the hood was scared of her. Every time she come out, they'd be like, oh my god, Lexi.
She wasn't with the shit.
She at all. Lexi Tyree's mother. I used to be like, yo, we used to have parties. She used to roll up at the parties and try to come get us out. And they used to be like, yo, your mother's here. We used to walk out through the back door. Like my mother was a man. Like so, performing was my way out. Like I could do whatever I wanted, and I can beat anybody without being judged. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I want to be a bitch, I can be a bitch. If I want to be a hoe, I can be a hoe. If I want to be a nun, I can be a nun. And that's not who I am, but that's who I can become.
Okay. So
you know what I'm saying?
So you're a chameleon.
Yeah.
You can adapt.
I can adapt to any
Different-
environment, and I can survive in any environment.
What's your favorite character you like to play?
I wanna. Everybody sees me, and I'm an aggressive woman. I have over 200 tattoos, but I'm still yeah.
I was just
I have
all
all this, so you can't see it. I'm a submissive woman when it comes to men. You can't ever see that unless you're my man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still an aggressive woman. You know what I'm saying? So when they give me roles, sometimes they want to give me the gangster bitch because it fits so well. But I can play the nice girl. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the challenge will be playing something that's really submissive and vulnerable rather than aggressive. In the role that I'm playing now, I'm playing China, and she's the head bitch of the crew. So the head bitch of the crew. So we got the lead joint, her best friend that helps her run it. And then you know how they have the pusher man and the people that run the crew? That's me. So I run the crew of bitches. So I'm nothing to play with.
So you're the madam.
Right. So I'm nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when I told people like, yo, what did you play? I'm like, I'm playing a gangster bitch. Niggas was like, oh my god, Lexi, how far? How did they get that? I'm like, fuck y'all. Because everybody was like, duh, it's given. Right. Right. So it was just like, it was easy to me, but at the same time, it made me become something I wasn't, because once again, I'm an aggressive girl, but I don't walk around like, you know what I'm saying? But in this role, I can.
Okay.
And I was a
felt good.
Yeah, I was a nigga bitch. Like, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because
So,
it's a role, so ain't nobody was like, oh, look at this bitch.
it's not even about, because I really don't care about what anybody says.
That's a
But
fact. I respect that. I love
it's
that.
not who I am. You know what I'm saying? But do I go off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's why I can channel my character? Yes.
You Dominican.
Yeah. So yeah. We're trying to excuse him, but
One thing that you, I know that you enjoyed doing was music, but I know you haven't kind of done that in a while.
how do you know, Cav?
For real, because y'all be acting like social media tell y'all everything.
I kind of know Lex though.
How
But
do
you
know
ain't
Cav?
talked to her, you ain't asked her.
I don't have to. Yo,
Kev might
I
have wrote her a song.
Yo, I have.
Yo, spit your shit.
might have wrote her a song.
I'm right. I know I'm right now. So spit your shit, Lex. Lex,
Oh my
spit your
god, I'm
shit.
fucking
Spit it.
dying right now,
Yeah,
yo.
have you?
Yo,
Am I right or am I right?
you right.
I got a new friend.
No, you my friend though.
No, do I have a new friend?
Of course, bruh. Yo, you should have been my brother. But listen,
Wait. So
Jesus
I was right.
you're right.
Okay.
That's a talent that I always neglect and I always ignore.
Never neglected time.
I do. I'm being honest.
If she was trash, I would have said she was trash.
Yo, that game is another
And it's a
level.
lot.
Some
It's
Dominicans
another.
ain't ready for that.
No, it's not even about being ready because I was in it since I was 16. I went to California, I lived in LA, like I did the whole artist development, I did all that. But it's a lot when it comes to you gotta pay bills and you have to still, you know what I'm saying, be fresh. But then you still gotta studio time and then you going hard to get that one single to even be noticed. Like, man, and then half these bitches is fucking everybody in this industry and I refuse. So this is why I'm where I'm at, because I'm not fucking you. Unless I want to fuck you, we're not fucking. And that's just the way it goes. Like, so it's not my way. I don't have a ticket in. So if you're not gonna accept me for who I am, which is gonna take me 80% of the time harder than and longer than it's gonna take the average girl that's giving it up for fucking nothing, that's what's going on right now in 2018. Talent is worth nothing.
Women's empowerment.
And you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I gave up music, because I was like, I have so much talent in doing so much the arts that I was like, fuck it. I always have my voice. It's in my pocket. Let me do my acting, push that. If I make it there, then I'll go back to my music. And that's how I see it. And then people will always, every time I give it up, people will text me or email me like, yo Lex, you wanna do a hook for me? Yo Lex. You wanna do music? Yo Lex. So it's always pushing me back in. So it's something that I honestly, I hit my friend up that he's a dope rapper. And
You
I'm
sing
like,
and rap.
yeah. So I left it alone because you know what it is, when you have it, it's like, you feel what I'm saying? If that's the only thing I had in me, maybe I would have been up in there like, but I have so much going on that I just be like, whatever. And I shouldn't whatever. Because
That's how I feel.
I shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just to
do
say
what
that
makes you happy though.
everything. I just feel like anything that makes me develop and anything that makes me create makes me happy. When I'm not creating, I'm not happy. Like I have to create in anything. Like I see a shirt, I'm like, yo, let's do this, dope. Yo, I see a thought, let's do this, dope. Like ideas make me better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if it doesn't make me feel good, I don't want to do it. I don't give a fuck. No, impossible. I found my report card from the 4th grade, and it was the fucking description and complaints was going on right now. And I looked at my mother and I said, yo mom, I said, you see why people don't change? She was like, don't be justifying. I said, no, but how in the 4th grade am I still the same person at fucking 30 something? Like, oh, Lexi don't listen, Lexi's a leader, Lexi like it was just shit that I was just like, yo, I was still that person. Like, and I got beat up. You know how many times I got beat up?
I need to go see my son.
You got beat up?
I got beat up so much I was immune to that shit. My mother was a man.
I thought in school.
No, in school, please. My sister used to roll up, or I used to fucking roll up. Like, it was, you know.
It looks like you was the enforcer out there.
Nah, I never was the enforcer, because if I was the enforcer, I would get in trouble. So I was the finisher.
Okay,
So
I like that too.
if I came home and said, oh my God, I got picked on, I would get beat up by my mom. Like, how dare you get beat up? If I started it, I would get beat up. If I finished it, like, yo, whatever started with me, and I pounded her down, all right, high five. But I couldn't just be starting no trouble. You know what I'm saying?
How was that? You know, you say you grew up, you went to Kennedy, right?
I went to Kennedy. Mm-hmm.
You know, and how was that experience back then, being a Spanish girl that doesn't look Spanish, that doesn't look that Spanish?
It was easy because I was from Harlem. So no matter how much I was born here, so I wasn't a hick. So I had a lot of swag. So I was accepted, but in my whole life I wasn't Spanish enough for the Spanish and I wasn't black enough for the black. So I was in the middle of things. And it was like I was accepted by the majority, but I was still tested and still questioned. Like, oh, as soon as I spoke, oh, you have an accent. Duh, I have an accent. Like, my mother and my father's Dominican. Like, I was born here, but when they ask me, what are you? I say Dominican. Why? Because all I know how to do is rice and beans, chicken, oxtails. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned some chivo. I learned my black plates, and not being racist because I'm black, but I learned my black plates because of the black men I dated. Like, if I didn't date the black men and went to New Orleans and all these places, then I wouldn't know about the foods because...
Like barbecue chicken and shit?
No, barbecue chicken we have at home.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm just trying to say, when you say black
shut
man...
up. Collard greens, they don't cook collard greens in the Dominican.
Collard greens?
Hell no.
They don't cook them in the They don't cook... mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese?
They do not cook mac and cheese.
That's what I would... Yeah, at least the good stuff.
They don't cook mac and cheese. No.
Nigga, when have I cooked
No,
this?
like there's a lot of dishes that they don't cook, like cornbread in the Dominican. You wait for it.
Hell no.
They don't cook them in the They don't cook mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese?
They do not cook mac and cheese.
That's what I would... Yeah, at least the good stuff.
They don't cook mac and cheese. No.
Nigga, when have I cooked
No,
this?
like there's a lot of dishes that they don't cook, like cornbread in the Dominican. You wait for it. Te van a dar pan con mantequilla. Right? Pan de agua con mantequilla, lo que te van a dar. You feel what I'm saying? So they're not, you know what I'm saying? So it was my horizons was brightened by my black boyfriends. And my black friends, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? That right now she's saying black boyfriends that we not getting mad, me and Kev. You feel me?
Because you black.
But alright,
but saying black because of the culture.
Alright, but there's niggas out there that get upset
culture.
that Dominican they blacks. There's niggas.
No, I have this problem all the time.
Until this day, people don't know what I am, and it's fine.
And that's fine with me too. We're both.
I want to ask all y'all. Let me ask you. So how y'all feel about? So would y'all consider yourself Afro-Latino?
No. I'm saying that a lot of black niggas.
No.
A lot of Dominican niggas.
A lot of black niggas. Like,
a lot of Dominican niggas. Yo. A lot of Dominican niggas.
A lot of Dominican
like you.
Right. A lot of Dominican niggas. They be ignorant.
That
right, you're right.
Black guys are Dominican women. And I'm the type of nigga, I really don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, they do.
Oh, so that's what
and it's like versa. It's like versa. Listen. Growing up,
I don't care. Everybody gonna hit everything.
Listen.
You smash about Dominican joint. You done.
I'm done.
Shout out to you, Scrap.
But anyway, so would you consider yourself Afro-Latino?
I consider myself Afro-Latina. I consider myself Dominican. When they ask me what are you, I say I'm Dominican black woman. You know why? Because
amen.
Right. You know why? Because I can't say I'm a black woman. You know why I can say I'm a black woman? Because I wasn't raised as a black woman. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. I'm taking away from the black woman saying I'm a black woman. No, I'm not.
You're black though.
No, but listen to me.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I'm taking away from the black woman that the slavery, like if I sit my mother down, she's not gonna tell me nothing about slavery. Like she's not. She's gonna tell me about the dark
about the Trujillo.
No, Trujillo. My grandmother told me those stories. She's gonna tell me about the darker skinned women being discriminated about the light skinned Spanish woman. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm taking away from the black woman that went through all that and saying I'm a black woman. I'm saying I'm a Dominican black woman because that's what I am, because my culture is what they taught me. Like they taught, like all I know is Trujillo, that he wasn't shit. My grandmother told me those
stories. That nigga's a bird.
Yo, she used to tell me stories that I was like, oh my god.
I'll be in DR next month.
Hitler.
He was basically like
Hitler in DR.
But he wasn't. If he wanted you, he can have you.
Bitch and make you watch.
If he wanted you, he can have you.
That happened in slavery too.
No, right. If he wanted, he could have you. But if anybody in the neighborhood try to touch you or disrespect you, you're dead. Yeah. Like nobody can disrespect you but him.
Okay.
If that made any sense, you feel what I'm saying? Like if he want. there was a family of like a four sisters.
The Maribor
and he
sisters.
wanted them, yes.
The
And
Maribor
them bitches was war, like nigga, no. And he pretty much killed them.
Yeah, he killed.
Because they
Because he
wouldn't be
couldn't have them.
submissive. Right.
Okay.
And that was his story.
So
but,
he likes submissive people.
exactly. But if
So
you
he
got
has a
raised
Caesar complex.
that, and if you got but you couldn't be disrespected, you had like royalty, like people had to be treated like people, but it was just his power.
Okay.
Lock, like you was dead and like hung somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So my grandma would tell me stories about that. I knew stories about the dark and the light because my aunt was she looked like me but darker and nappy headed, but my uncle was a white Jewish kind of family, and I know they didn't like them for being together, and they almost wanted them to be break up. Like it was a whole bunch of shit. So I knew about the whole, you know what I'm saying? But it was never. So I feel like I'm taking away from the African American culture if I say I'm an African American woman. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, there's similarities.
But no, this is why I say I'm a black Dominican woman. I'm a Dominican black woman because that's what I am.
So you disagree with the Afro Latina title?
I'm African American.
But I'm just saying, when you hear that title,
No, I get it because a bitch got an afro. When this shit get curly,
My whole thing about the title African, so I'm of Haitian descent.
okay.
When I talk to my family who's like straight from Haiti, they
Yeah.
call me an American because I was raised here. So yeah,
Exactly.
from a cultural
So,
perspective,
if you go to an African, you know how they look at us?
we're the Yankees.
You can't tell, yo, go get your hair braided, and they'll be like, and you be like, ma'am, just braid my hair. Like, and if you speak to the Africans, they'll look at you like, and if you know somebody that's Muslim, they're like, oh, were they born there? Like they'll question your everything. They don't respect you unless you're from Africa.
Okay.
Like I've been around so many Africans that unless you're from Africa, you're not African American. They look at you like you less than.
Yeah.
What African that you know that's not associated with the hip hop community or the urban world is looking at you accepting?
I don't know.
All right.
When it comes,
That's it. If it was regular, you would have been like yes.
no, but
They be like, yo.
Universally by black people, I feel like I've been accepted because I approach every community with respect, with peace. Like I want to learn about who you guys are.
Frogo.
Like I'm not a New Yorker. I'm not from New York, but I come to the Dykeman community. I come to the Washington Heights community. Everybody has embraced me, and it's, because I just want to learn.
Right.
Who are you? Where are you from? We're different, but maybe we're alike also.
We're definitely alike.
Nigga, we all the way alike, man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But
the cops harass us too, nigga.
Did you feel me though?
No. I totally agree with your perspective. I really wanted to pull that out of you.
No, because
it's better you say it than I. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't have said that
I think it was good. The way
like
you broke it down,
the way you broke it down,
saying
and
that like
it makes sense,
no, it makes
perfect sense.
You feel what I'm saying?
Perfect
So
sense.
that's why I'm so accepted. But I live like a black woman, if that makes any sense.
No.
You know why?
No, because your environment is
No.
the environment.
I get in a cab and they don't even give me a chance. My own people. I went to DR to do charity, and I did charity, and then after the charity, like I go to resort and have my me time. So I did the charity, like the sweated in the motherfucking poor towns and gave all the poor kids shit that I got from New York. And when I get to the resort, the representative that booked me for it is talking to them, and he keeps looking at me. At this point, I have a fade. This was right after the show. I cut all my hair off. I have a fade, like I had your hair, but a blonde. And I'm tatted out, and I have a dress on. And there's a Dominican man, but he's yellow bone. Yellow bone against my skin and darker is racism in DR, no matter what it is. It's always like that. So he's sitting there and he's talking to her, but he won't accept what's already booked. So I get there and I stand next to her, and I stand next to her like this, and he's talking like I don't speak any Spanish. So he tells her, we don't want people like her here.
That's crazy.
As I'm doing charity in the
As
Dominican
you're doing
Republic.
charity work.
Right? So I looked up at him, I said, mire coñazo. And I spoke.
What does that mean?
Look, damn it.
Look, man.
So I went in on him, and I said, you don't even have running water, nigga. You got dusty shoes. How dare you speak to me in this way? I'm just like you are. And you light skinned, but you nappy headed, nigga. I got better hair than you. So how dare you? So I kind of went in on him, and he didn't know where to put his face. and we called supervisor management and all types of shit. And after that, it was all kissing my ass. But at this point, I didn't even want to stay there anymore.
Right.
Because you don't even deserve my presence.
I'll slap the shit out of
Like,
that nigga.
what?
That's a fact.
So I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. I walked out of there and I lose it. I 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My friends literally be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because I lose it. So before I lost it, I walked out because I wasn't gonna let them see me break.
For real, cause
I got my heart was broken because I felt like, yo, how dare this motherfucker? He don't even, for sure he don't got running water, and I know that. And you gonna try to play me? And I'm coming over here to help you and give you. I gave him clothes. I gave him teddy bear. I gave him mad shit. And I was just like, yo, for real though. So I walked out and I went to the cabin. I broke down and I cried and I cried and I cried. And I was just like, wow, like people ain't shit. And racism is still alive. Like I was just like, wow. So we left and we went to Barcelona. No, but still, my nigga, like still.
Wait, Lex, before you continue, the reason why I agree with her is because remember when I went to DR with Lou and James, I had stayed in a resort and that was this, I'm covered with tattoos, so when I took off my shirt, they was looking at me crazy. They was clutching themselves, they was talking about me, but they didn't know I spoke Spanish. So when you say that, like, I get that.
I feel your moms.
So you got over 200 tattoos.
Over 200.
So is that like your form of like
on your body?
Your therapy?
It's therapy for me. Instead of me paying somebody an hour to me talk to them about my personal shit, I go get a tattoo. When I feel any type of way, I go pay a nigga tattoo, or I get free tattoo. I go.
Yo, but take me with you because I need another one.
I go and get tatted, and it feels good. I have a pain problem, I guess. But yeah, that's my therapy.
What age was your first one?
At 17, I tried to convince my mom. I wanted a nose ring, and she wouldn't accept it. And I begged and
So you
she
went
said
from
no.
a nose ring to a tattoo?
Peep. So one time we're watching TV and it was like something going on. It was like tattoo shit going on. And I was like, oh my God, Mom, can I get a tattoo? And she said, sure. I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. I was like, say that again. And she's like, yeah. I was like, say it again. So I made her say it like 5 times because my mom is like a prison guard. So when she said it like 5 times, I couldn't believe it. And the next, And the next day I went to get a tattoo just because I didn't want her to change her mind. So I went and got a tattoo. My first tattoo was corny as fuck. But
that was gonna be my question.
What was your first tattoo?
No, cherries on my lower back.
I was gonna say, do you have a
and it's still there, but
tattoo?
A what? That's my
like?
least like because it was cherries. Like it was just something that I needed to get, I guess. But I kind of covered it.
Something at the time.
I covered it in the. It's kind of covered, but it's in the works of being covered because my back now is
in the works of being covered. You still
right because I do. I work because I believe that
I got mass space.
Your life transitions. So shut up. You got mass space. You got one. Stupid. Tu da aco. But like
everybody.
But I feel like you change in life. So if you get covered. And you get covered, and then in 10 years, you're definitely at a different space in life in 10 years. So then you're gonna have no space to express yourself. So I feel like I need space for like my 30s, my 40s, my 50s, and my 60s. So I got my 20s half covered, my 30s a little bit covered. So I'm working my way up. So in my 40s, I'm not feeling how I was feeling in my 30s and my 20s. I'm like in a different place. So I probably wanna get fuck you in my 20s, and in my 40s I want to get spread love, so I need space for that. So
you're gonna get fuck you somewhere?
I have fuck you right here. So I have fuck you pay me.
Fuck you pay me.
But I have
half,
so I have half my back. I have half my back done.
China to the teeth.
Never. I am right. I have half my back done. I have my left leg half done. I have my arms covered except this arm. So I have space in this arm, I have this leg, so I have a lot. I have a chalkboard. I'm excited. I can't wait. Like I haven't got work in like 6 months, and I'm fucking itching.
6 months.
Shit. Imagine how Gabby feels. He ain't get work in 2
Oh, imagine Gabby. Gabby is like he's like a fucking exclusive piece.
It's a hip hop show. Now, how did you feel like being on that?
Well, it was.
Did you feel comfortable like
it was a good opportunity
expressing like yourself? Because there was some real shit, and for it to be put out and displayed like that.
Okay, so when I got to Love and Hip Hop, I was raw.
What?
I was raw. Like I was raw. Like I didn't.
condoms. I don't know about you.
Because you're making me tear right now. I don't want to do that because.
Me too.
So I didn't have the. I didn't have the oh, you have to act a certain way, or like the what you call that? Not the barricade.
Fake.
But yeah, I was
Poker face.
Yeah, I was me in every episode. A little bit too much. And it was raw. Everything wasn't rehearsed. Nothing was. Everything was real. And I felt like it didn't make me and my sister relationship, but like we came back together because we were enemies for 6 years.
Wow, why? Siblings.
Yeah, because it's different. Not all
The
siblings.
black family.
Not all siblings.
I have
are
a
the
sister.
same.
I have one sister.
You have one sister.
And that's my
And not everyone
that's my
is
heart.
like that, and it's wished upon though, like because it should be that way. But a lot of the time, a lot of the times it's not that way. You know what I'm saying? And in my household, it was all women. Like there was no men in my house. There was three. My mother grew up to 3 women.
I have one sister.
Right.
Nigga, that's
so
why you talking like that.
right.
The fuck is this?
And now, but wait.
Guys, I was just like, yo.
Yo,
said
family's important.
It
Yo.
is important, but not everybody feels. No, you don't get it. Not everybody feels the same way, and I wish it was that way. But maybe growth and maybe being older will make you feel that way. But most of the time, it's not that way.
Most of the time.
You feel what I'm saying?
No, we used to go at it, but now we're grown. Like
yeah, well,
we deal with our family
Yo,
issues
not
together.
everybody
as a team.
does
Yo, not
that,
everybody grows up, yo.
and I'm not a carpet. Like I've always been expressive. At one point in my life, I wasn't expressive to the point that my mom used to tell me, Lexi, you have to express yourself, because I would just absorb my environment and just keep it in. Absorb my environment, keep it in. She'll be like, yo, you gotta speak up. But I never did. I felt like everything has a time and a place. And then the time and the place came, and nobody could shut Lexi the fuck up. So it was like, you stepped on my toe, ow, bitch, you stepped on my toe. Ow, you hurt my feelings, so you hurt my feelings. So after a while, nobody could shut me up. So then it went from shut up, speak up, to bitch, what the hell is going on? So then that's what's going on. Now at this point in my life, I am not taking no shorts. I am not taking no mistreatments. I am not taking nothing. If you don't make me feel good,
Peace.
or equal, then we have nothing to speak about.
I have a
With blood, water, vinegar, anybody in my life.
I have a question now. Do you think how you and your sister relationship was played out, like on the show? Do you think that probably like helped somebody else, like
It
relationship?
did. My DMs were full of sisters that felt the same way. And full of people like, yo, I'm glad to see that, because people are good to show the good and oh, my sister, but they really don't feel that. But they don't feel about that. Like you've seen a lot of relationships play out, but they don't show you the real of it. And sometimes, a lot of the times it is how they feel, but a lot of times it isn't. But in this situation, it was like, bitch, you hurt me, and bitch, this is what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? So it touched home for a lot of people, because my emails and my DMs were crazy. Like, oh my God, I feel the same way. Oh my God, I have a sister. Oh my God, like it was a lot of that. So I did, and a lot of people told me that I helped them. So
how's your relationship with your siblings now?
It goes up and down.
I mean, that's a regular family.
Right. But the show.
Somewhere Dominican time.
Yeah, the show definitely put us back together, because I really wasn't fucking with her at all. But it goes up and down, like, you know, like any other family.
But siblings are important.
Siblings are important if they are appreciated.
Bang.
If you're not appreciated, no matter what you are in anybody's life, then you have to exit stage.
No. I give him what he wants. Family's the only type of people that really push that button, because
That
they
nobody
really,
else would.
they know.
They think you're exempt.
Exactly.
And it's
So-
understanding you're gonna get the same treatment. You know why you're gonna get worse treatment from me?
Exactly.
You're gonna get worse
See?
treatment because you played me, you test me more than a person on the street did.
That's
So if you know better, how dare you?
exactly.
So that's how I feel.
So-
I am
so that's
not
how
that
I know.
person to be like, oh, you know, family. No.
Nah.
That's the top.
No.
Nah. That's the bro.
That's the time I'm on all
I'm living
the
in
time.
that. I'm living in that
I'm all
moment
the
right
time.
now.
Like, I don't care if the person from the street is not gonna do me like that. Why would you that knows me and
Exactly.
loves me gonna do me like
I
that?
don't care, mother, father, sister,
Nothing.
brother.
You know, everybody is equal.
You know
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen,
so
and I'm
that's
with
why.
Shaq because I've been there, so I know what he's talking
Oh,
about.
I be like this and where you at right now.
Yeah.
That's why I don't. People like you know. People tell me. People like, oh, Lex, you just too stern or too in your ways. No, I am just not with the disrespect.
And that's what you want.
And I know where I stand, and I know what I want, and I know what I deserve. You're not gonna treat me like shit, and I'm gonna be there like, bitch, this is not the 1950s.
Yo,
It's 2018.
I think you would have washed Riley up though.
Oh, that's another different story. Like, we ain't even gonna get into that.
What's going on?
Like the
I can't be talking too much about Love and Hip Hop stuff. I ain't have cable back then.
You can still find it. You can still find it online.
Yeah, just let me know. I got your password.
I couldn't do it.
I got a password for you and all that.
That's fighting the gun case. I
Scam
got
of the year, nigga.
Look. So,
So will you do something like that again? Kind of like a reality
I would.
show? What would be your type of reality?
I don't
show?
know. It depends.
You have
But
to.
I have some in the works right now.
Oh, you do? Oh, which you can't discuss, right?
I can't discuss.
You gonna put us on though? What's
I mean,
up?
of course, when my shit gets in the mix, I'll be right here like, yo, let me tell you.
Let me ask you. This
Talk to me.
is my other question. You know, you're into the brand management situation. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go,
And we
LeBron.
are a small brand starting ourselves
Okay.
off. Like, what do you think is something that we should focus on in making our situation a success?
I think you just gotta get yourself out there. I think word of mouth plays a very big role in the state we live in now. Before it was different. Now it's word of mouth and it's promotion and it's not even about who's doing it. It's how many people are doing it. And all it takes is one person to say, yo, that shit is dope, and everybody's gonna think it's dope, or somebody's gonna like ride the train. So it's about exploits. You gotta exploit yourself. Unfortunately, you have to exploit yourself. Not saying that you have to go to show your penis and slang it.
No, that's what we got
But
Gabby.
that's what we have Gabby for. He's there for
Some
entertainment.
Pat asks, how does it feel, how everybody always want to like, I don't know.
Compare me to my sister.
Yeah, now give you like your own.
I have to just constantly prove myself. But
Don't you get tired?
I do. But it's been going on since I was a kid. In our neighborhood, they used to call me Little T because we look so much alike. So growing up, it was just like Little T, Little T, Little T, and so it's just been following my entire life. So at this point, I just gotta embrace it and just show people that I don't even have to show people. Once people get to know us, they realize that we're like a lot alike, but a lot different. So once you pay attention, if you want to pay attention, you realize that we're just two different people.
Yeah, you got another sister too, right?
It's actually 14 of us because my dad.
Jesus. Shit.
Yeah.
You say your dad was what, black?
Let's clap it up for that.
Yes, my dad.
Her dad was a typical Dominican nigga in the 80s.
Excuse me. 1 through 8 lives in New York. 8 through 14 lives in DR. Number 14 is probably like 3 years old. So he's still pushing them out there like he's MVP.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, my pops got a 2-year-old out here.
I'm gonna call that nigga the James Harden and shit.
So he tells me, yeah. My dad told me once upon a time that he was a sex symbol and women couldn't get enough of him. And then I didn't get it. I didn't know. I don't think he does. But you know what he does? You know what he is?
What does that mean?
Wait.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
What Gabby say?
What does that mean? Can I get somebody educated?
Nigga say he must have had the long.
Which means he must have a long
Pause.
But it's not about that. My dad just is attention to detail. This is why I'm the way I am, and I expect a man to romance me because my dad is a player, but he's a romancer. So every
that
woman,
Latino heat.
nah, he got that heat. He looked like a Dominican.
Shout out to my father.
Angie Martinez.
They sound like twins.
What?
No,
Can I
my
get
dad,
a date on Friday?
Look.
That nigga sound like White Clef.
Yeah.
So
that's what's going on.
That's the song. That's the song. That's the song. That's the song.
Yo, so keep going, your father.
There's a song that
Wait.
Yo, let her finish. Yo,
Yo, Gabby.
I gotta hit the note.
you see, you
man,
singing that is like Drake wearing blackface.
Let me bust the melody.
Whoa.
It is?
No, we not gonna take it. Yeah, we don't got enough time for that.
All right,
We don't.
We're talking about Lexi.
So yeah, you was talking about
that
your
she
father.
talking nonsense right
Now, is there? You said that your father,
Is
like,
that
he
A
was
minor?
there.
Huh?
You said like your father
Okay,
was
alright,
there, but he really like kind of.
No, my dad was there. He was
What's
present
up,
in my upbringings. He just didn't live at home because, you know.
Oh
they
my God!
Is there
Tie the
anything?
game up. Tie
Is
the
there
game
anything
up.
you got from him?
Oh yeah, I
on.
got a lot from him. He
Only
taught me a
father.
lot. He's the reason why I have so many expectations from a man, because he taught me what it was to expect from a man, and he taught me how to. He even taught me how to cut a steak. He taught me how to order. He taught me how to. He used to tell me the man that deserves you got to give you three times what I give you.
10 times.
That's what he would tell me. There you go. So he would tell me this, and I never got it growing up as a child. I used to be like, whatever, Dad. Now that a bitch is old, I get it. You know what
Now
I'm
it's
saying?
like-
Right. So he expected a lot. Like we could. He was a hustler, and he was in the streets, and he was known on Broadway and in the streets. But we weren't allowed to speak to anybody because we were his daughters. So it was. So we had to carry ourselves in a certain type of, you know what I'm saying, caliber, and a certain type of, you know. So.
So with everything, how would I say? With everything you've been through, everything you've seen, you know, how you conducted yourself, you know, your whole family situation, your journey throughout, how did you feel that could, like, I don't know, help somebody, help the young girls coming up? Because I just feel that, I'm not saying that there's no guidance, but I just
There
feel
isn't
like
right now.
it's kind of like all over the place.
It's a whoreness and not going to school and following your dreams was glorified right now. But at the end of the day, is you have to get an education because it plays a major part in everywhere you go. Like if you don't have any common sense or any type of knowledge,
Common sense ain't common.
it's not common. If you don't have any type of knowledge, period, when you go to contract rooms or you go to speak to people, it plays a major role. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that we speak crazy, but when it's time to that get, you gotta know how to play.
There's
you
a
know
time
what I'm
and place
saying?
for it.
They know how to play ball.
Exactly. So with that, also don't give up because I'm in my 30s and I haven't given up. Also don't sell yourself short. Because I could have sold myself short a long time ago, but I chose not to because I feel like I have talent and I feel like selling yourself short is gonna give you longevity in that moment. Later on, years, you're not gonna be anybody. You're just gonna be the typical girl that showed your ass and was a typical, no talent vixen.
Hollywood.
So I'm not. Actually have that tattooed.
What?
Yeah, I do because I'm Hollywood. I went to Hollywood, but a bitch is not Hollywood. A bitch is from the hood, so a bitch is Hollywood.
Yeah.
Bars.
So.
Yeah.
So I feel like keep pushing. Don't. Cardi B was a dime a dozen. There's a lot of us like Cardi B.
And Cardi B had a good team behind her.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
After, let me finish.
Finish, queen.
She was her team.
Finish,
After
queen.
she became her team,
Right.
she had a team.
Talk
And you
your
know how it was? It was
Finish,
money.
queen.
That's all we have.
So now listen, it's a dime a dozen. There's a lot of women that think that because they're gonna be strippers, and after being strippers, they're gonna become rappers, and they're gonna become the next Cardi B.
Wrong.
That's not a fact.
Negative.
That's
a once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime, and you have to be that person. You know what I'm saying?
It worked for her.
It worked for her, and she was that person. Because if it worked for her and she was shallow and she had no talent, she wouldn't be who she was. So the fact that she was who she was, perfect timing, mattered.
And you know what?
But
I think about her.
Let me
Sorry,
finish.
Before you go.
Let me finish. You're going to come after. So, don't think that dropping out of school is gonna help you become the next Cardi B. It's not, because you're not Cardi B. You feel what I'm saying? Grasp what you're gonna grasp out of it. Learn what you're gonna learn out of it. Learn her hustle. Learn from her hustle, and pave the way for yourself.
You don't gotta
feel what I'm
strip
saying?
to learn
Like,
her hustle.
you feel what I'm saying? Like, learn from her struggle, so you won't have to struggle.
You said
You feel what I'm saying?
I respect that.
Now,
Right.
Keep going, please.
if you
keep
a
going.
stripper and you trying to get it, Get it by all means. Don't sell your soul. Don't sell your pussy. Get it by all means. You feel what I'm saying? Now, once you got it, do something with it. Don't be a statistic, because then that's how we become nothing, and that's how people talk about us. But at the end of the day, everyone is their own person. So you can't tell nobody how to drive, but you can show them the way. So with that being said, and to make this short, because I'm doing a lot. That's how I am.
A lot of
Like, I
quarters.
like-
A lot of drive. Everybody stop your fingers. Shot.
A lot of that was.
So with that being
I was still
said,
stuck on that
with
last
that being
one.
said,
I was still
educate
stuck on that
yourself.
last one.
Listen,
She said I can show you the road, but I can't tell you how to drive.
Yeah.
That shit was.
to the young ladies, what I'm
Can't
saying
make you
is,
drink it.
yo, to the young ladies, what I'm saying is,
Take it to the water.
your mental is your power.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I was
Intellectual
I was a
property.
young person in the streets, in the game with my sister and whatever, because my daddy was a hustler, so I knew a lot at a young age, and I had to keep a lot to myself, and I couldn't tell nobody, because you had to keep that shit to yourself, because talking too much will lead you to the wrong way. That you gotta know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I'm saying is, learn, educate yourself. Once you educate yourself, you start playing, because now you have knowledge. If you don't educate yourself and you start playing, you're gonna end up just like another hole in the streets and a thought. So you're not gonna be Cardi B until you do Cardi B shit and you put in that work. You feel what I'm saying? So put in that work and stop worrying about stripping and making that easy money. Unless you have to get that shit, get it, but do something with it.
That's
Yes.
it, man.
Lexi in the
Hold
fucking
on.
building.
Can we get some snaps? Can we get some snaps?
I made a new best friend today, by the way.
I just want to say,
Playroom
it's a wrap.
Lexi.
Thank you, Lexi, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, now we go.
You gonna be Cardi B till you do Cardi B shit, man. Which is
you
pave
not.
your own fucking way.
This is that. You've been waiting at the door. Fuck a baby on the floor, then I need more of you. I know you second that emotion. You can try to compare other feelings, I swear they don't. You can try to compare, but I swear it'll be a landslide. 'Cause there ain't nothing like it. Landslide. You can try to compare, I swear. New objectives, never get bored. Climax time, that's what we headed for. Broken headboard, okay, now the neighbors know. Fuck.